Oh, for fuck. Hello, this is Sophie Lawson from sophielawson.com, and this is another Why I Love video. And today we're going to be talking about why I love mechanical pencils. Why I love mechanical pencils. So this one here is going to be very rough and ready. We've got little Monty the mouse with us. So what I've done is I created a bunch of reasons why I love mechanical pencils, and I'm just going to go through these reasons and talk about it. But my main thing is, why do I love mechanical pencils? Basically, the thing with traditional pencils is, the main thing is that when you're drawing, the thing snaps off, and then you have to go and start sharpening it. And what normally happens with me is, I'll sharpen it, and it will just go, you'll be in a never-ending loop of the pencil breaking. But with these mechanical pencils, if the thing, look, watch this, if you're drawing and the thing snaps, like that, boing, not only is it fun to watch it fly across the room, but a couple of clicks and bang, you're back in the game. So all you got to do is click it at the top, and it comes out. And also it's fun. These things are fun. I love these. So what I'm going to do is, I'll go through my reasons. But these here are my favouriteest mechanical pencils. We've also got some clutch pencils. So mechanical pencils are like this. What they are is, you normally get a little eraser on the end, but you take the eraser off and you can feed little leads into the end, and then what happens is, a couple of clicks and you see the lead comes out. So then what happens is, you end up with a super sharp point on the end, and then when you want to put it away, you just hold the end down, push it in, and that's it. Whereas with these things, you've always got the leads exposed, and also you start sharpening them, before you know it, the thing's disappeared. So you need to buy a new one. This here, if the lead finishes, all you got to do is get a refill. So for me, these things are brilliant. I love them. So this one here is actually my favouriteest, because you get a spongy thing on it. It's called a Pentel 120 0.5. 0.5 is my favouriteest lead. I think it's got the perfect thickness to it, because you can get other ones. The thing is, these Pentel things, they're all black. The 0.5s are always black, but they also do like a blue one, a yellow one. What's the other ones they do? I think it's an orange and a red, but the other ones are like 0.3, 0.5, 0.9. Because what I wanted to do was, I wanted to buy all of the coloured ones, and I wanted to have like the black one be, say, 4B leads, the next one be 2H leads, but you can't do that because the leads won't fit in it. So you're stuck with black ones for this. But this rubber grip here is so comfy, and the shape and the feel and the weight of this pencil for me is perfection. I love this one, I do. Oh, I love this one as well. This one's cool. Watch this. See that? There's no pencil. See that? Look. Now what's cool about this is, if you're sitting here drawing like that and the thing snaps, like I said, do that, you're back in the game. So you don't even have to click this one. This one's called the Pilot the Shaker. So this one's got me 5B in it. No, it hasn't. It's got me 4B lead, the thickest one. I can really get into it. This is what I use for sketching. If I'm ever doing like gestury sketches, I use this thing, because what I found is the leads which have got a B on it, like the 4Bs and the 2Bs, I find them to be very, they sort of like, I don't know how to describe it, that you can feel them sort of sticking to the paper, which is beautiful. Whereas with the 2H ones, the H ones, they sort of, you feel like sometimes you're sort of, it feels like you're digging into it. So with the H ones, it feels like you're scraping the surface. With the B ones, it feels like you're sliding across the surface. So I prefer sketching with the Bs. Sketching with the bees, the bumblebees. Also got some coloured ones. I'll talk about those in a minute. Because you can actually buy different coloured mechanical pencils, which these are genius. You get leads for them as well, refills, You can get white ones and everything. So these things are beautiful, I think. This one here is one of my favourites as well. This one I got, I think it's a 4H. So I don't very often use this one. I got a blue one of these as well. But this is another thing I love about these mechanical pencils. You have all different coloured ones. Whereas when you're working with traditional pencils, they're normally all the same. You're like boring. Very boring. Because what happens is you'll find a pencil you really like the feel of, but they're all going to look the same like that. So what I love about mechanical pencils is you actually have a lot more personality with them. Because look how different these look. And the thing is, you can colour code them. So I know that this is a 2H because it's got the, because I've put the colour in. I know that that's a 2H, I know that's a 4H, I know that's a 2B, and I know that's a 4B. Whereas with these, if I had these on my desk, let's say I had these on my desk, I wouldn't know what was what. I'd have to go on it and have a look for it. See, it will tell you like what the thing is. Like this one's a HB, but the 2H and that of these, they all look the same. Look, see what I mean? Look. So if they're all on the desk, you ain't got a clue what pencils. So again, it's just sort of, what's that word? It's very convenient, I suppose. If you're sat here sketching like this, and you think to yourself, I need to go lighter here, you can just go and pick up your 2H. And you don't have to ask your question, you don't have to go searching. Is it a 2H? You know it is. Because what ends up happening is you remember, as long as you always put the same leads into this thing, your mind will remember, it will associate the colours with the leads, which is quite cool. This one here, my mum bought me this for, I think it's for Christmas. I haven't used it yet though, because I don't know which. The thing is, because I'm settled on these, I don't know what to do with this one, but I love it. It's got little characters on it. Look, it's a sumo. What's it? A sumi kiki something or other. But it's got little bunnies on it. I just thought I loved it. I did. So I'm glad I got that, but I don't really know what to do with it. It's like a spare one, I suppose. But the other thing I do is I got about 3 or 4 pencil cases, each with sets of pencils in them. So you end up like, and I normally try to go with dark colours for B's, and then light colours for H's. That's for my little system. What we've also got is these things called clutch pencils. So mechanical pencils are like this, click, 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 it comes out, and then it stays out. So if you want to get it back in, you have to actually hold the button down at the end and push. Clutch pencils are different. With clutch pencils, what happens is, look, if you hold the end down, well, normally the whole thing falls out. It doesn't on that one because it's like this one. You hold the end down. See that? So look, if you hold the end down, boing, the whole thing comes out. So you can actually take it out. What's better about, well, not better, what's good about clutch pencils is you can get super fat ones. So this one here is a 5.6, I believe. Now look how thick that thing is compared with that, look. So you've got a 0.5 there for like details. If you then wanted to cover a large area, you've got this thing. And then you've also got this one here, boing, which is a coloured one. So this is my gesture drawing. Look, watch this. See that, look? Different colours. I use that for gesture drawings. But I love it. There's something quite satisfying about doing that. It's quite fun. I like doing that. And then so this one, if it runs out, all you got to do is look, hold the button down at the end, and it comes out like a claw. And then all you do is you feed it in. So with clutch pencils, you feed it in at the bottom. With mechanical pencils, you feed them in at the top. But this is, well, a bunch of reasons why I love mechanical pencils. The other thing is, look at this. Look how fun it is, these little refills. So what you do is you get your 4B pencil, that's it. That combination is going to last you for, well, months. Whereas one of these is going to last you probably about weeks, maybe a couple of weeks. I feel like let's say that lasted you 2 weeks. The equivalent of this, which is a pencil with a pot of refills, it would probably last you about 10 times as much, I reckon. If not a little bit more than that, I reckon. But I think it's quite fun collecting these little refills as well. So you end up with loads of different ones. HBs. I don't actually use HB. My favourite thing is, what are they called? My favourite is 2B and 4B and 2H. I don't really like HB pencils, like the leads. So that's that. And then with the clutch pencils you get these, look. So this is what the refills for the clutch pencils look like. And again, something that's really quite cool about this is, so one of the negatives about these Strat-Lamar's clutch pencils is they're all blue. But what's genius, I haven't done it with that one, but look, if you get into the end of this, you see that, look? In one of these there's going to be coloured, look, see that? See that? I thought this was genius. Let's say, right, these pencils are normally blue. They're all blue like that. Let's say you get a bunch of them, and you want to fill that up with 4B leads. When you buy a pack of refills, it comes in the end with a little. What that is it's actually a sharpener. But what you can do is you pop that out the end. You can actually put that in the end. So now what happens now is you know that this one is a 4B because of the colour. But look how cool this is. What you can do is you actually put your pencil in there and you can sharpen it. So if you really wanted a sharp point, you can sharpen it like that. But the other thing that's fun about this is you can also buy these little pots. So look, what you do is you pull. I'll have to get one of the other ones, I think. Oh, I can't do it with that, but normally you pull it out. This one needs a new lead really, it's about to go. But let's say you had the lead like that, you put it in there, twist it around and you sharpen it. And then what I love is you end up with a pot full of graphite. Which is cool. It's a lot of fun it is. But so that's that. I thought that was quite genius that you put little things there. And then the other thing is with these clutch pencils here, you also buy these refills here, look. So you can actually, you could have graphite in it. You can have this thing here, which is, what's that called? It's like sepia. It's more like charcoal or something then. But you can buy loads of different types of things. These ones are the coloured ones. That's what they look like, look. So I just think it's a lot more fun having refills like that. So what else have we got in there? So in my little notes, what have I put? Well, reasons why I love mechanical pencils. Some of these overlap. 10 reasons why I love over traditional. So we've got comfort. So you've got the soft grip. If you're sat here for hours doing drawings, especially realistic drawings, having a bit of sponginess between your fingers is so much nicer than sitting here with like bit of wood. But hey, look, see, the thing is, I love the smell of traditional pencils. Something about that, especially when you're sharpening them. So I do miss that a little bit. And it is nice, like having a bit of wood between your fingers. That sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? But the sponginess of this is so much fun. So you got the comfort, you got different shapes, shafts. That's a bit rude as well. Yeah, because look, like this one here, look, you got a sponge on that one, but it's actually thicker than this one. So the thing is that what you want to do is you want to experiment with these mechanical pencils, because some of them will be really comfortable, some of them just won't. Whereas with traditional pencils, really they're all the same. Some of them are rounded and some of them are that sort of hexagon thing, but really that's it. Unless you buy a little grip. I've seen you can buy little grips. Look at this one here, look. It's a tree. It's a tree stump turned into a pencil. It's quite cool, isn't it? I like that. But these are all my traditional pencils, and I never use them. I just don't use them. I like the sound of it though, listen to this. sounds fun, doesn't it? So you got soft grip, comfort, different size shafts, comfort. Because like you might like the feeling of that is amazing. Holding a big thing, yeah, I wish you could feel how heavy that is, but it feels like amazing holding that thing. Yeah, and it just like you can really throw it around, and the weight of it sort of carries the pencil, if you know what I mean. So that's nice. You get different size shafts, and then look, I put here nice weight to them. This one especially. Heavy, nice and heavy they are. So some of these are so light you almost don't feel it. With these, they're going to get smaller as well. I think I'll talk about that in a minute. So look, so that's the first thing, is comfort. One of the reasons why I love mechanical pencils is the comfort. The next one, look, reliability. No breaking leads during sharpening. So the thing is, when you're sharpening, or at least when I'm sharpening pencils, traditional ones, like I said, 9 times out of 10 they're going to snap. And like the amount of times I was at life drawing class, because when I was at life drawing class I was using these things here, which were charcoal pencils. The amount of times I'd be in the middle of a drawing, a gesture drawing, you've got about 5 minutes to do this drawing before the model changes the pose. You're in the middle of this thing, it snaps, and then you spend about a minute trying to sharpen it. But if I had this one with me charcoal in it, I could have just got into it, and if it snaps, it doesn't matter. You just push it down a bit and you're back in. So I love the reliability of these things. I mean, I've had these pencils here for, well, this one here, this one is a different one. I got another one in one of my other pencil cases, but this one here, I've had these things for 8 years, drawing with them all the time. They've never let me down, never. So they must have done thousands of drawings here. No breaking during the sharpening. So I've also put never-ending leads. That's the thing. What you can do is, before you go out, let's say you're going down the park to do some sketching, all you got to do is fill it up with leads. And even if you don't have to fill it up with leads, you can fill it up with leads. You can also take a packet of refills with you. So you've always got leads, never-ending leads, basically. This thing here, you might have in your pencil case, like that might be the pencil in your pencil case, and then what might happen is that's the only pencil you've got. You're in the middle of a drawing, it snaps, and then by the time you've managed to sharpen it, you're down to here. So you might actually run out of pencils in the middle of sketching outside, and then you've got no more pencils. So you've got never-ending leads, which is also kind of like a reliability thing for me. It's almost the same sort of thing. We've got here less messy, no sharpening. That is both a positive and a negative. I love sharpening pencils. There's something very satisfying about it. Especially when you've got one of these, which is this battery operated sharpener. The process of sharpening pencils is quite satisfying. But the thing is, it's very messy. With this, like I said, if it snaps, you just click it or shake it and that's it. So less messy. Also, lead goes in when not using. Oh yeah, so if you're in your pencil case, it's less messy because once you finish drawing, all you do is you push that in and that's it. Whereas if you've got these, because in some of my pencil cases, I open them up and they're full of, inside of it is full of lead. Like all these leads have gone all over the inside of the pencil case. And then what happens then is, it starts going over all your erasers and everything. So those traditional ones are a lot more messy. What's this here? My favourite one is the one with the black rubber grip. What's it say? Oh yeah, I wanted to say, that's what I said. This is amazing, this one. But the thing that's cool is, these little rubber grip things, I've actually seen them in the shops. Like you can buy those for like, I don't know how much they are, but you can buy those and then stick them on here. But you can also stick them on here. But what I like about this one is it come with it. So, and it feels cool. So what have we got here? Don't shrink, yeah. So basically, I've got to show you something. I'm just going to go and get something. I'll be back in a minute. So over here in my coloured pencils, my favourite coloured pencils are Prismacolor premium pencils. But look what happens. When you're working with traditional pencils, they end up getting tiny, which is kind of cute, but the thing is, when you run out of that, you've got to buy a new pencil. When you run out of leads, all you got to do is buy leads. You don't have to buy a new pencil. So they work out cheaper as well. But one of the things I do love is this thing here, look. This is by Derwent. What you do is, you put it on there, you tighten it up, all of a sudden you've turned that little stump into an actual pencil. So there are ways around it. There's also a bigger one here for thicker, if you've got thicker pencils. So there are ways around it, but the thing is, when you're working with traditional pencils, you are going to end up with loads of little things like this, loads of little things. And what that means is, it actually changes the way you're drawing, because by this point, your fingers are in a different position. Whereas with this, no matter how much lead you've got left, the pencil is always the same. So you know that you can do that if you want. You can move it right to the end and work like that. If you're like this, it gets a little bit. It's not as good. It feels like it just feels weird. Is the main thing really. So one of the why I love mechanical pencils, they don't shrink. You've always got a consistent feel to the actual pencil. What's this? Always sharp. Yeah, this is a thing. This is the reason why I love mechanical pencils. They are always sharp. So look at this. This pencil here needs sharpening. But this one here, I could use this for 50 hours. It's still going to be sharp. These mechanical pencils are always sharp, apart from the thicker ones like this. But then what's cool about these is, you get a little sharpener in the end. So you just pull that out and you can sharpen it like that, which is quite cool. So that's one of the things there, look. They're always sharp. What I'm noticing is, one of the main reasons why I love mechanical pencils is the consistency. Yeah, it's the consistency. You've always got a sharp pencil, you've always got the same feeling. These things are just, traditional pencils are constantly changing, which I suppose could be a positive, because you're having to adapt, I suppose. So we've got always sharp, and then the next one I've put is they're versatile. Yeah, look, can change the lead grade but keep the pencil. This is what I said. Let's say, for instance, you absolutely adore the feeling of this pencil, and you want to go over and you want to start working with 2H. You could, if you wanted to, empty all the leads out and put a load of 2H leads in here, or you could just go and buy a bunch of these ones. When I first started, I had about 5 of the same mechanical pencils, and what I did was I stuck little stickers on them. Like I put like 2B on it and stuff like that. And then I thought, no, because what I wanted was, I wanted to be able to look at my pencils and know that that's 2H. Because again, when you're drawing, you're constantly moving from your different pencils. So if you've got to start looking for, is this the right one? Like with this one, you've got to start spinning it and say, right, it's not that one, and then that takes you out of the experience. So with these, you're very much in the experience all the time. Because like, look, 4B, I want 2H. But what I also do is, when I'm drawing, I have all my pencils in this hand. So I'm drawing like this, and I'll say, right, I want a 2H. I can just go like that. Sort of go like that. If you were doing that with these, let's say you had a bunch of these, and you're drawing like that, and you're like, right, I want a 2H now. You've now got to start going, which one's the 2H? So it's taking you out of the experience. So that's brilliant. So again, if you find a pencil that you love, you can just buy loads of them. This one here is supposed to have a little grip on it. but I took it off because I didn't like it. That's the other thing as well, you can play around with these things. What have we got here? Look, detail 0.5 and then large ones 5.6. So again, we can change the sizes of them as well. But look at the difference of those, look. It's cool. And then also you can replace the erasers. So these little erasers here, you can actually buy these things. I've got a pot of them somewhere. Over here I've got a pot of erasers. And in here somewhere is, look, there they are. Loads of little things. See, again, I hardly use these erasers though. The eraser I'm always using is I always use my mono eraser, my favourite tool. But if you're out sketching, I use these a lot when I'm out sketching, because if I'm out and all I've got is this, which I haven't, because I've always got this, but sometimes you just think, I'm just going to quickly erase. You've got that if you want it, but like I said, I hardly ever use it. But with these things, you haven't got one, and if you do get one with an eraser, by the time it runs out, you're screwed, because you've then got no eraser. So look, the versatility of it, you can change the lead grade but keep the pencil. You've got different types of you can't get, I don't believe you can get a traditional pencil with a lead like that thin. So if you're doing realistic drawings, these things are amazing. Also, less distractions. Again, like what I'm saying, when you're in the middle of drawing, you don't want to start hunting for pencils. You want to be focused on drawing. So these things there's less distraction, no shaving, so you don't have to start worrying about sharpening things, because you just click. Also, if the lead snaps, click, you're back in the game. But also you've got all these things I've been talking about, like you colour coordinate it. It's very much keeping you in the experience of drawing. Next one we got is refills. Yeah, less real estate in your pencil case. Look at this, look. Inside of these, I believe you get, well, these ones here, you get loads of them. Yeah, look, 40 pieces. So look, if I open this up, look, inside of that you get 40 different leads. They're going to struggle to come out, but there's loads of them in here, 40 of them. That's going to last you months and months. So that means in your pencil case, all you need to do is take that. Whereas if you wanted that amount of pencils in your pencil case, you'd probably have to take that with you. Crazy, isn't it? So that is the equivalent of probably, I would actually say it's more like that. So look at the difference of that. And it's like when you're sketching outside, you really want to minimise the amount of stuff you're taking. So that is basically all I take when I'm sketching, because I sketch with 4Bs, and I normally have one of these as a spare, just in case that broke or something. So we've got less real estate in the pencil case, and it's fun. Yeah, refilling these things is fun. It is, it's cool. It's a lot more, I like it, I do, it's cool. And then also, I'll put, for refills, I'll put plan ahead. Yeah, what I do is, before I go out drawing, if I'm going out sketching outside, the first thing I'll do is I'll take these off, I'll go like that, and I'll make sure that I've got leads in there. And then if you haven't, all you do is you put a bunch of leads in, and that's it. For the rest of the session outside, you haven't got to worry about refilling this thing. So even though you've got the refills, you're not going to use them. Whereas if you go out with traditional pencils, plan ahead. Yeah, if you go out with traditional pencils, you might end up running out of the pencils. Quite cool, isn't it? Refills. The next, this one's cool as well. Look, coloured pencil leads. So the thing is with this is, you can basically get these coloured pencils here, look, which are coloured mechanical pencils, and you get leads with them. So these leads are 0.7. The thing is, So they're colour coordinated in these things, but let's say for instance you love this mechanical pencil so much, what you could do is you could get the 0.7 version of it and put some of these leads in it. So for me, I always do my gesture drawings with pink leads. I've actually got a load of these somewhere. I don't know where they are now. They're in one of my pencil cases. But I've got loads of these pink ones because this is the one that I use the most. But if I wanted to, I could put these pink leads inside of this here, if this is my favourite pencil. But you can't do that with these. Let's say for instance I want this colour, but I love the feel of this pencil here. I can't take that lead out and put it in here. Well, you probably could. I'm sure somebody could work out how to do it, but it's going to be a lot of hassle and not really practical. So with coloured pencils, you're limited by the pencil. With these, you can play around with it, but the good thing is, these things feel hell of a nice, and they're also erasable as well. You can actually erase the lead. I think these things are cool. What they're called is they're called Pilot Colour End. Pilot Colour NO. Here you go, look. Oh, actually, I'll get this one. It's got more contrast. Colour Eno 0.7. And it's got a rubber grip on it as well. And if you go on eBay, you can buy... Oh, they're actually in here, look. I put them all in the pot. You can buy loads of these things here. So I bought a load of pink ones. Look, you keep them all in there. It's cool. So everything's all kept nice and tidy. It's quite, I like it. There's also this white one, look. This thing here feels amazing as well. It's really fat and chunky. It feels cool. Sumo grip. Yeah, hell of a comfortable this one is. And what it's got is it's got a white lead. Unfortunately, I've actually run out of the leads on this one. But look, this eraser goes like that. But look how different all of these types of mechanical pencils are. This one, you shake it to get the lead out. This one, you've got a massive long eraser with it, which comes in quite handy. This one is super thin. So they're all different. It's really cool. But again, if I think to myself, I love this one here, I could take the white leads out and put, because this is a 0.5 as well. It's a Sakura, what's it called? Sakura Sumo Grip 0.5. If I wanted to, I could use this as my sketching pencil. But I thought it'd be quite cool to put white leads in there. So that's the next one. The next, yeah, erasable too. So they're good for. I use the pink ones for my gesture drawings. So if I'm doing, what I do is with my gestures, I do my little gesture like that, my little Sophie. When I like it, I get me 2B and I go over the top of it, nice and thick. It's cool. It's a cool little process, I think. What is it here? Like style and design. That's what I've been talking about. Look how different all of these things are. Look, they all look completely different. It's brilliant, isn't it? How different they all are. I've got loads more in my other pencil cases as well. I've also got a box of them somewhere. I can't find them. My sister bought me a box of these. Oh, I can't find them. But these are my main ones. But I love how they're all different. So look. Style, they look cool, they feel cool, designed, yeah, you can shake some of them, and they're more special. The thing that's weird is you get a connection to these things. Like, I feel a special connection with this pencil. I wouldn't get that with this. I wouldn't, and by the time it's run out, it's weird, but you become one with the pencil. So they feel more special. Yeah, look, I'll put here, get a connection to it. And then the final thing I've put is fine detail work. If you're doing fine detail work like realistic pencil drawings, I believe you need to have mechanical pencils. I really do. Because like the detail that you can get with these things, it's insane, it is. And to get that same level of detail with a traditional pencil, you would have to spend more time sharpening it to get a thin point than you would actually drawing. Quite funny that. So that's basically it. This is the main reasons why I love mechanical pencils. I hope you enjoyed that. Little Monty was very quiet, wasn't he? Boing. So the main reasons are comfort, reliability, less messy, they don't shrink, they're always sharp, versatile, less distractions, refills, coloured leads, style and design, and fine detail work. If you've got any more reasons, or if you've got reasons why you think traditional pencils are actually better, please let me know in the comments. What I would say is I do miss the smell of traditional pencils, and there is something nice about sharpening pencils, even though it can be time consuming and stuff. There is something nice about it. But that's it really. Hope you enjoyed it. Little Monty. Hey, the sounds of pencil tins. I like that as well. I love the sound of drawing. There's lots of fun sounds associated with drawing. Listen to this, look. Is that not one of the best sounds in the world, look?